how did Chiron make you a better quarterback during this offseason?
A lot of competition. I mean, there was competition since day one. I knew that coming in. And I think he had a pretty good idea that there was going to be some good competition, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I mean, there were days where I was getting pretty frustrated because he was having a good day and vice versa. So those only made us better.
What was your reaction to get the news? Was it today that you got the news about the starting job?
No, it was a couple days ago. I was excited. Yeah. I was anxious to see their decision, but I trusted they would make a good decision, and I was just excited to get back to work and focus on the first opponent.
Did you feel like you had earned it? Do you have a sense of where the competition was headed? It sounded like you had a pretty good scrimmage the other day.
I was excited about how I was playing. I thought I had a good winter. I thought I had a good pretty much all year. I understood what they wanted me to work on and get better at, and I prioritized that pretty hard. So I was pleased with how I was playing, and like I said, I was pretty excited.
How do you feel like you're a different quarterback this year compared to last?
Just more mature, more reps. Experience is invaluable at this level. So, as many times as I can go back and watch last year's film and understand why things didn't go the way I wanted them to go, the better I can play this year. And I spent a lot of time doing that this summer and this fall camp. So, I'm excited about where this offense is at right now.
Coach Pry was talking about how Chiron will play most games, and they'll find ways to mix him in. Do you feel as if your role is defined right now, and are you confident with the role that you've been given?
Yeah, I'm confident in my role. We've had that conversation, so I think we both know our situation. I'm just going to do what they ask.
Do you feel like your growth and understanding of this offense going into year 2 here is similar to going into your second year starting at Marshall?
Yeah. The more time you can spend with an offensive coordinator, the better. The more meetings you can have with him, the more understanding that he has with me and I do with him is only going to help. When he's calling plays and we can't really talk it out. And I think we're in a really good spot right now.
Coach Pry mentioned he felt like your decision-making took a big leap this offseason. What went into growing in that area?
Just understanding the offense better. Understanding why Coach was calling different plays in certain situations. And that's an area that I really wanted to improve this offseason. Understanding why he's checking to certain plays. And the more I can understand that, the more I can anticipate and the game moves slower. So, and that just comes with meeting more, with spending more time with Tebow and really hearing his thoughts. So I think we've really improved there.
It's no secret that upgrading the wide receiver room was a big focus in the offseason. What is that like throwing to those guys now that these are proven guys that have produced over multiple seasons at different places? Do you notice a big difference in the receiver core that you're throwing to?
Yeah, it's exciting. We have some playmakers in that room that, is going to make the opponent cover all 11 guys in the field. It's hard to really double one guy when you have 2 others on the other side that are able to make plays. So, the better they all play, or the better each person plays, it seems like the better the whole unit plays.
Coach mentioned that Ali made a couple of catches, even though he got popped on Saturday. Can you describe what skills he has that makes you think he could be a dynamic player in the ACC?
Just his route running. He's a veteran, to say the least. He's played in some games. He's played in some big games. So, he's proven to have what it takes. It's pretty evident out there that just his route running, his understanding of defenses is what is going to separate him from the rest and make him a very lethal weapon on our side of the ball.
Do you feel like an identity has been set for the offense for this year?
It has. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I think we're able to spread the ball around. We're able to run the ball. We're able to throw the ball, and the more we can not rely on one side or one aspect of the offense, is just going to help us in the long run. So we're going to be hard to defend, just in the aspect that we can do so many things. and we have so many playmakers. So I'm excited.
From 15 spring practices and plus however many reps you got here with Caden at center, how much has that relationship grown between you and him?
It's grown a lot. We've spent the whole year together, and that's a pretty crucial role. Your quarterback center has to be pretty much one and the same, because I have to understand what he's calling and understanding the checks, and I think we're in a really good spot.
What has caught your eye when you're going up against that defensive side of the ball? What have you noticed about just the way they were playing and the way they've improved, thinking back to last year?
They're rushing the passer really well. It seems every day that we have to account for all four guys up front, and it seems like every period somebody's making a big play to get us off course. So I'm really excited to watch that group work against guys that aren't me. But that's one aspect of our defense that I'm really excited about.
3 new starters on the offensive line this year. How do you feel that unit is gelled, especially since there's so much youth as well, with 2 redshirt freshmen projected starters and loads of freshmen 2 deep?
Yeah, that's one unit, and that's crucial when you have guys that aren't as experienced on that line. They're hearing each other well. They're playing as one unit. And I think that's crucial. It's pretty evident when you have an offensive line that don't mix well or don't gel well. There's pretty easy for those guys to argue, and I haven't really heard that very much at all, which is good. I think they stick together. They spend a lot of time together outside of the facility, which is what you want to see in an offensive line.
Coach Bowen's mentioned before that the key, everything starts with the run game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like your relationships with Bayshall and Malachi have grown, and what do you like about what those 2 guys can bring to the backfield?
Yeah, they're both dynamic. They're both able to catch the ball out of the backfield, which helps a lot in the blitz game, because there are a lot of times that are hot routes. So when you can trust those 2 guys to catch the ball and on top of how they run the ball, that's something that I've seen grow a lot in fall camp, is just how we've been able to run the ball, how we've been able to move our D-line, which is not easy. So I'm super excited about that, and I've said this countless times, the more you can run the ball, the easier it is to throw it.
Obviously, ODU didn't go the way that you guys would have hoped last year. Is that a game that you've kind of had circled? Obviously, it's the first game, but is that one that you particularly want to get some revenge on those guys?
It's the first game. I think this will be my 4th time playing them, 5th time game planning them, which is very unique at this place. But it's just my situation. But yeah, it's the first game. I think everybody's excited about that.